Hello? Hello? I think my dog may have fucked up my speakers here. We'll talk about that in a second. Get the fucking... Yeah, I think she did too. I think she did. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think I need to buy a new headset. Who's there? Chet, say something.
I can hear you fine, at least with like.
Oh my god, I have no sound. Oh my god, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh my god, I'm gonna show you what happened here in 1 moment. I'll be right back. Chet, you're in charge while I'm gone for a moment. Then we'll talk. All
right. I just want to say, unfortunately, I don't have any beer tonight. But hopefully I will get something tomorrow, maybe.
You're the reason I have to do this. You're the reason. You're the reason.
Hey, bro.
What's going on?
Apparently, Rhino's headset screwed up.
Let's find out.
Nice.
Apparently it has something to do with the dogs. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's...
Did a certain new puppy chew on a cord?
I don't know.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Long time no see.
I know, long time no see. So I was out with Brian earlier tonight. That's where I was. So apparently, my headset is now garbage. So yeah, my headset is now garbage. There is the chew marks right there. Fucking bullshit. And I know people are going to be like, hey, but Boris and Helga are over a year old. Why are they chewing on your headset? They're not the ones chewing on my headset. This is the one chewing on my headset.
Where the hell did you get that from?
Well, apparently kind of like Pennsylvania. Because she is a Great Pyrenees. Because, you know, albinos need an albino dog.
Why did you get a third one?
Things happened. It wasn't my choice. Things happened. It wasn't my choice. I have a third dog. Chew on this. I bought you like $200 worth of chew toys. And you chewed on my wire within the first 5 minutes of me being online. God damn it. So yeah. Hey, I'm back.
The dog didn't get shocked, did he? Or
No,
okay.
She didn't. Yeah. So hey, what's going on? Hey guys.
Hey.
So yeah, it was great hanging out with Brian tonight at the Comic-Con. There was some very lovely ladies at the Comic-Con. Drunken One, do you want an invite? Why are messages retracted from Drunken One? What happened, Drunken One? What happened?
Speaking of which, I guess like with all the freaking tariff thing that's happening, and I guess there's reports that Trump wants to close the border. I might not be able to go to. It's like there's so many things that just doesn't want me to go to like the Albino Rhino Beer Festival. It's not one thing. It's like the next year it's this.
I think you're just making excuses, sir. All I hear is excuses coming from Chet. Chet is making excuses. Oh, I'm just going to send Drunken One an invite, and then I'm going to open up my beer news. I can't believe the fucking dog destroyed my headset within minutes.
That's not Drunken One.
And neither is what I just searched. You would think I've been drinking tonight.
I know what you've been drinking tonight.
I have not been drinking tonight.
Obviously, it's water.
Exactly. That's all I would ever drink is water.
I am drinking tonight. Oh, yes.
Oh, it's Carrie. What's going on,
Oh,
Carrie?
yes. Liquid Art Fest. That's what's going on, my friend.
Obviously, you're drinking orange juice.
So you bought 10 of those, did you?
On top of the 3 I bought yesterday. So.
Helga, I am going to shove that up your ass.
That wouldn't happen to be like an IPA, would it?
It is a hazy IPA that is hazy because of the amount of flour they put in it.
Is that the same thing that Drunken One was drinking?
This one, I don't know. The haze in this one is, I don't know about the flour thing.
Because I remember like Drunken One, he had one of those like hazy IPAs, and it looked straight up like orange juice or Sunny Delight, just like the one that Carrie has.
So good. So good.
Does it taste of oranges?
It tastes of oranges and pineapples and mangoes.
So Carrie missed out on a really good time at the Albino Rhino Beer Fest. He was too good to come.
See, he has no excuse. He doesn't have a president that wants to shut the border.
I was very financially kind of fucked at that point in time and couldn't make it. And yeah, I am very not happy that I didn't.
From what I heard, he was actually excited he didn't make it.
Not so much. Excited.
He's saying not so much, but what I was told was that he was excited.
And who?
And he couldn't hide it.
He was so excited, and he just can't hide it.
He's so scared.
Okay, then.
Well, you never seen Saved by the Bell?
I've had nothing to do with that, though.
Oh no, what have I done? I have a lot of meat. I bought meat today at so we went to Comic-Con and we didn't really buy anything comic book related. I got some free comic books that I'm going to give to my kids when I see them next week. But I bought meat. That's what I bought.
So is this going to be the Albino Rhino meat review?
It might. Oh, I bought some pops. I bought Pineapple Crush, Buffalo Wing, and there was another pop I bought. I don't remember what.
Buffalo Wing Pop?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, it does. Does it not?
It's like the Mexican jalapeno candy. It's like nothing but like jalapeno and salt.
So I'm just opening up our Canadian beer news right now because, hey, why not, right? There we go. There's a bunch of stuff to talk about. I can't turn off my camera today, though, because now that I don't have a proper speaker, I can't actually talk if my camera's turned off. Damn it! Where is she? I don't trust her now. Where is she? Lionel? Lionel? She's gone. She's gone. That's not. Oh, there she is. Hey, girl. Helga hates her. Helga hates her.
Was that the puppy there?
Oh, that's the puppy. Yeah. You didn't see the puppy, eh? Well, you saw a picture of the puppy. Come here, girl.
Listen, you didn't get a new dog, did you? You're just like babysitting or something, I assume, when I saw the picture?
No, I've had another dog.
Really? Like, this is actually your dog, this other dog?
I lost my headphones while I was trying to catch the dog.
So this is your third dog, is what you're saying right now?
This is my third dog.
And what kind of dog is this?
This would be a Great Pyrenees.
It's as my girlfriend knows it, as a fluffy dog.
Your microphone's kind of cutting in and out there, Chad. I didn't get anything.
This is a Great Pyrenees.
A Great Pyrenees. So I assume it's going to get relatively large?
100 to 150.
It seems already pretty large.
It's 9 weeks old and it is 30 pounds.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
She's a good girl.
Could be worse. She could have got a Saint Bernard. Them things get pretty heavy.
Oh, this will be about the same size as a Saint Bernard, but it's a lot less drooly.
apparently I can't hang out for too long. A friend that wasn't going to come by randomly decided he was going to come by. So as soon as the door opens over there,
He can hang out with us too.
yeah, he probably nothing anything against you. He just doesn't want to chat online. He's not really one to want.
It sounds like it's something against me.
On the internet. No, he just doesn't like being.
I'm going to be drinking Anderson IPA to start tonight.
I had that one at the festival. It was quite good.
By Anderson.
I picked this one up at the festival. It's quite good.
Oh yeah. Is it Liquid Art Fest good?
No, it's not Liquid Art Fest.
Fucking incredible, man. It's not even beer anymore. It's just like alcoholic juice.
Also, in 4 weeks or so, I'm going to have puppies, so we're going to see how that goes.
Are you able to do like an ultrasound thing? How many? Do you know how many?
Sell for like a.
I could feel 5 so far, so at least 5.
Sell for 100,000 apiece.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
I figure the way I'm going to work, I'm going to offer them up.
So what you're saying is don't sell them at all because nobody would ever pay that.
Well,
I'm going to offer them up as 200 without a vet check or 400 if you want me to get their shots.
I was about to say he could sign them.
I can sign them. I'll tattoo them.
A boxer plus Helga. Is Helga a purebred dog?
Helga is German Shepherd and English Mastiff.
Okay, so is a boxer plus that breed anything? Like, is there a name for that?
Not yet, but I'm going to make one.
Whatever's going to come up. What Helga is she like?
It's going to be a Shatiffer. A Shatiffer.
Is there a name for what Helga is?
No, she's a German Shepherd English Mastiff.
So like fucking blah 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 kind of thing. So
yeah, they're mutts, but I can make up something. Everybody else can have a designer dog. Why can't I?
True. Like the Helga's not the most like gorgeous dog, but like she's a pretty awesome dog.
Hey, at least you know when a dog's a mutt, chances are the dog's going to be healthy.
Well,
that's a valid point.
What happened with this one was I was going to actually get a third dog anyway, but I wasn't going to get a Great Pyrenees. I had plans on what I was getting. Because I was going to get a third dog because Helga was just thrust on me, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I love Helga, but she was thrust on me. She was never meant to be my dog type of thing, right? So I was going to pick up a dog that I wanted, and then again, this one was kind of thrust on me too. My cousin bought this dog for his daughter, and his daughter was so allergic that her throat closed. So he was going to put her in the pound, and I'm like, give her to me. I'll take her.
Now we got a goddamn chat. What's going on, Drunken One?
Hey, holla.
And Ashley at the same time almost. Look at that. Ooh, everybody's joining.
I was holding the door open for that rotten bastard. He was I figured I'd hold the door open for him.
What's going on, guys?
Redbeard, dude, I am so sorry that you weren't able to make it to the festival. It's a damn shame that your dollars didn't come to you like they should have. Man, if anybody deserved and really, really needed to be there, that was your dumb ass. That so sucks it panned out the way it did, man. I
really wanted to be there.
I have this feeling that I would have been throwing Redbeard out like I threw out Maple Roski.
No, dude, like they said that, but no, man, like I would have been driving probably. So first thing, man.
I mean, technically,
I would have faked myself like never before, man. I would have been exceptionally well behaved.
You know what the worst part is? We turfed 6 people, and I knew 3 of them.
Well, I mean, one thing.
That's another thing. I don't want to be like, yeah, I know the. I know, like, no, man, like, fuck that shit. I would not want to put you on the spot like that at all. Like,
exactly.
You put way more work than you should have to into this festival. Like, I've been talking recently about like next year, work, come help and shit. Like, if you do it next year, it'll be 6 years. You've got some street cred now, kind of thing. You know, like. You got to be able to find some fucking people to help you get this shit.
Well, apparently there's already a logo made for next year's.
I saw that.
And there is, but mentioned it, but somebody from the Ronald McDonald House, they need to send you some recruit. Your contributions are definitely worthy. They could
Some
send
recruits
you.
or like something, you know.
Well, the first thing they're going to do is
with that McDonald's orange drink for people that need to rehydrate.
Ronald McDonald House is going to be giving me usage of their letterhead next year to try and find sponsorship.
Well, that's a good start. That'll help you look a little more professional. But they also need to
actually probably like on the radio. I hear ads on the radio for that, like at least once a day when I'm working, kind of thing, and listening to the radio. But like, they're a big charity, man. So even giving you that usage, that'll
right. But they also
up your credibility. Not that I'm saying you don't have any, but it'll give you like that instant kind of like, oh really? He's associated with them. He's got to be a good guy, kind of thing. Up and up and up. So.
They need to send some goons too. They need to send some people his way. You know, just, whether it's 6 or 8 people or whatever, that would make a big difference. And some volunteer types, you know. I mean, he's bringing them money, $6,000-7,000 a year or more. I don't know the exact numbers. I was told, but I forget.
We're at over 25 G's over the last 5 years.
Exactly. Right.
And our first year was like 1,300. That was what we had donated the first year. So that just tells you how it grew. Can you fuck off with that squeaky ball? Seriously.
Yeah, can you give your dog a second because that one's just not loud enough there.
Both the other dogs are chewing on fucking bones. He's chewing on a fucking bone. The new one is chewing on a bone. Fucking Helga, the pregnant bitch, is chewing on a fucking squeaky ball.
You know, it's funny. I bought Oreo. I went to the pet store today to buy some food. I'll buy some little tennis balls for him because his last ball is gone. I don't know where the fuck it went. So I bought some new ones. And
hey, what was that?
I was with him for a while. It was like fun. And then he came up on the couch with one. I grabbed it and like, I didn't even realize, but he doesn't like chew it hard enough to make it squeak. So
look at that beautiful picture there over with Brian.
Oh, this one.
Picture.
Right.
Coming back. There we go.
You mean that one?
Oh, is this like a work in progress now or something? What's happening now?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the logo for last week or whenever. Yeah, it's got the 6th.
It has 6 barrels because it's the 6th year.
Right, right. Indeed. No, that's awesome.
I like the whole like. There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah,
you need like something to kind of offset the right top with the Ronald McDonald thing when you do that.
I'm gonna put the barcode and everything in when it comes around.
Yeah, that could work. That in like the forefront kind of thing, like boom, like almost like Ronald McDonald House presents the Albino Rhino Beer Fest. You might want to have it at the bottom though, just to kind of, like you want to know that you're associated with it, but you know what? Charity is promoting people having beers, not so much getting drunk, but having beer.
Oh, they don't even care anymore. They took a bunch of my shirts. They took a whole box of my old cups.
Well, you're saying that actually, yeah, they're gonna give like homeless people.
There's parents that come and they only come with like 1 or 2 changes.
Yeah, sorry, not homeless people, but yeah,
my next beer is going to be Against the Current from Wellington. Boom.
Is that the new one?
This is the greatest thing ever, right? If I ever buy a brewery, if I ever start a brewery, this is what I'm doing. So at the end of the festival, Wellington left us an entire flat of Against the Current. I didn't know this, or Brian would go home with some too. I sent everybody home with 3 of them, but that was part of the count team. But these are all low fills. So what Wellington did was they sent low fills to the festival. They filled them like on the Thursday, and the festival was the Saturday, so they were still fresh. So the fact that low fills doesn't matter. But this is what I would do. You know, if I had an old canning line or an old bottling line where it took 24 or 48 bottles to fill up before you were actually getting proper fills, these were all going to be what I would be sending to a festival. You can't sell them.
Is it just me, or is Chad kind of choppy and his?
No, you're choppy.
No, and then.
Yeah, Redbeard, you're the one that's like really choppy.
You're choppy, young man. So the low fills are just what they sound like. They just didn't get filled all the way to the top.
Yeah, like a proper fill would be to like here.
Yes.
Am I choppy? Is that what you just said? Am I actually coming through?
You're choppy.
Yeah.
Really?
You smell bad, damn it, Redbeard. Clean yourself up, man. Have you used deodorant?
What did you say, Drunken One?
Well, Drunken One just went choppy too.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I live in the country. He brags about his badass internet. I said, have you cleaned yourself lately? You stink. Yeah, I live in the country. You can expect that from me.
Same here.
Yeah, so we went around dropping off money to breweries that were close by, and we went to Clifford and dropped off money to Clifford, and he sent me home with a very special beer that there was only 7 left of in Ontario, and that's the Clifford Porter Bourbon Barrel Aged.
Sounds awesome.
It's sitting in the spare room. I was going to review it tonight, but nobody wanted to come over and do any reviews.
I am just a few states away, but I'll be there in just a minute.
A few states away.
A few states away.
Right? I'll be there in a second. Hold on.
I think it's more than a few.
Cheers, Tim. Cheers.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Put that in the refrigerator. Put that damn toy in the refrigerator, for God's sake.
Give me the fucking squeaky ball. You don't get the fucking squeaky ball anymore.
Fucking ball already.
No more fucking squeaky ball.
That was the best. That was fantastic.
The fucking don't ever get a dog with shepherd in it. Okay, don't ever. First off, it needs something in its mouth all the time, and if it's a squeaky ball, it's gonna fucking squeak it the entire fucking day.
Yeah. The refrigerator.
Now she's looking around for something else to put in her mouth. There's fucking 1,500 toys around the house. She doesn't know what to chew on.
Oh, come on, Chad. Just give her your headphones, man. She'll finish them.
You might as well finish the job. The fucking puppy killed the headphones.
Damn it, Drunken One. I thought you were going somewhere else. Then you said headphones. It's going to be all funny.
No. I'm trying to be kind.
I love the fact that I basically have an albino dog now.
That's awesome.
And she's going to be huge. Like, her paws are already as big as fucking Boris's.
What do you need with a great
that means your fourth one's going to be an Irish wolfhound.
Second one.
Getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Chad is hell-bent on having his house basically torn down by canines.
Exactly, indeed.
Well, one, I like dogs more than people. I can rely on these dogs. These dogs are always here for me. Nobody ever comes over to hang out.
I can't deny that. Dogs are fucking amazing. Just
yeah, they are.
They're big dogs, and
yeah, no matter
your house is kind of not big, and your yard's not huge, and you need to like, and now even like your whole rent issues and all that shit you were talking about, like. I don't even know like how far you'd have to move where you are to find a place, like a cheaper place, kind of country-esque with a bit of a yard. Like if you move like in this area in North Bay, in the city itself, housing is kind of pricey, but you drive for like 15 minutes in any direction of town, and you can buy like a farm for like a couple $100,000 kind of thing. It's insane. Some of the deals you can.
I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with the house because my ex-wife still has not answered any of the offers that were out there, and she still has not signed the fucking sales papers. She needs to be off the fucking.
Man, I've never met her, but goddamn, your ex-wife, man.
She needs to be off.
I'm with you on that, you know. But no matter how shitty your day has been, you know, and no matter how shitty your day has been, when you come home, your dogs are really fucking happy to see.
Well, that's the thing, right? The dogs are lovely.
They don't give a shit. They're just wagging. They're happy. They're bouncing. They love you to pieces. They just dogs are cool. I don't have any dogs because my family doesn't take care of them, and I don't have all the time to take care of them. We don't have dogs anymore. Used to, it was bigger dogs. They were Labradors usually, but when they're saying, "Oh yeah, he got water," and that water has been turned over for the last day and a half, no, that's miserable for the dog, and we don't have dogs anymore. So anyway, I do appreciate dogs. I do love dogs, but and dogs, no matter what, like I said, will love you when you get home. They're awesome companions, especially for somebody who doesn't have somebody to come home to. Yeah.
There you go. I typed some stuff over on the side there.
I see it.
Sorry, I blabbed on a bit. What's all the chat over here? Yeah, what y'all talking about here? What y'all talking about?
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah, we can hear you. Not very well, but we can hear you.
You're a little quiet.
Hi, Ashley.
Start screaming. Scream, Ashley. Scream.
Actually, I was about to say, Chad, if you are gonna like ever start a brewery, I really would recommend to have it like in Welland, because doesn't Welland not have one?
Welland doesn't have a brewery as of right now, and Welland has a lot of drinkers.
Exactly. You would make a bank.
There was a guy that was supposed to open a brewery in Welland, and it just never ended up happening.
If you open a brewery, and even like if you just like say like a lot of them, like Half Hours on Earth and a few other ones out there, a good number of other ones out there, have just kind of said like, fuck the whole LCBO angle and like just make really good beer and supply your kind of local market, your bars and shit like that. Get the word out there, get the tourists to come in that want to try the beer. And like Highlander in South River, if Highlander wasn't there, South River would be a fucking ghost town. Because ever since the highway bypassed everything, Trout Creek, South River, and Sunridge are 3 small towns that used to be kind of, you know, good stops because they were right on the highway, and now they're off the highway. So Trout Creek is basically a ghost town. South River, Highlander is basically keeping them alive, and Sunridge is kind of like not that far off the highway from the one side, and they have one of the biggest, I think, Chrysler Dodge dealerships in the province. So that kind of keeps them going. But yeah, it's
so you need to hook up with them to be able to sell some of your beer.
But like yeah, like a brewery can definitely do a lot for a small town, especially a small town like in Toronto. Like down south area, every town has like 3 or 4, 5, 10 breweries kind of thing. So they're helping the local economy, but not in a real noticeable kind of way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my rambling. Good stuff.
If I was going to start my hometown, I would call it Arson Red Ale.
I'm not big on internet lingo. What happened to the peps?
Imagine.
Are you talking about people here? This is the thing. I've been off work for a full week. Okay, I've been off work since last Wednesday.
I like Pepsi.
So since last Wednesday to tomorrow, I go back to work tomorrow. So I've been off work since last Wednesday. The only time I was able to record dual reviews with people was 2 days ago with Brian. Yes. So for the entire 10 days I was off, not one person could make it to my house to do some reviews with me. And I put out the invites to all the people that used to come out all the time. None of them wanted to get off their ass and come out, basically. I'm not talking about you, Brian. I'm not talking about you or things like that. I'm talking about the majority.
Chris and Nick went, like you guys went and hung out.
We went and hung out on the Wednesday night. Apparently Chris has beer for me from Nick, and I'm supposed to give Chris some stuff to send to Nick. Will I see him? Probably not. I'll probably never see him to do this.
You're in a different damn country than I'm in. I'd stop.
Well, no, I'm not talking about you or anything like that. I'm talking about things like the cartoon, the Honey Monster, the fucking the Reverend. All these guys that are off and live within a 20-minute drive of me, and Boychuk is willing to drive them all to my house. Boychuk wants to start doing this as well again, but these guys are all, we're lazy motherfuckers. We don't want to go.
Oh hell no! No, I'd be on your front door. I know what you got in your in the other room there. I know you got a lot of beer.
Oh yeah,
the job.
No, so like the cartoon lives in the same house as the Honey Monster, which is one of Boychuk's houses. The man child is only in the city on weekends, so I understand him.
Put some of these in the comments, and that way I can find these people. What are you doing on that's Craig on freaking Joe's channel? Why are you Beer Patrol?
No, it's not Beer Patrol. It's Beer Patrol #1 super fan.
Oh yeah, sure. yeah, it is. I knew that was you doing that the whole time. I guess that was I remember.
Mr. Balcony.
Indeed.
I wasn't exactly going out of my effort to putting in a lot of effort to hide it.
Oh no, that's all good. I think everybody figured it out. Yeah. And where's your uniform? Damn it.
No uniform.
Where's your uniform?
Those of you who are observant know I'm not even wearing a shirt.
Well, thank you.
Ever?
I'm wearing a Nickelbrook Dickie.
Nice.
One of the work shirts.
You're in the dark. We can't even see your torso, which is
I am having a
shirt on. Oh yeah.
I'm having a CBS.
I was
nice.
oh, you can see that I bought some laundry detergent
That's
today.
For
gotta
like
be
a
a little bit
really
aged now,
DIY
right?
shirt.
How has it changed? Any
It
differences?
tastes pretty much the same to me as
Yeah?
it did before. Like it doesn't seem like it's changed all that much.
I randomly I haven't shown this off yet to anybody. I got an Xbox One Elite controller today.
What? Shut up.
How much you
Please
spend
tell
on
me
that?
the
That looks
whole
like
thing.
150 bucks or something.
It's 179 plus tax to buy it brand new. Somebody on Facebook here in town was selling it for 70 bucks, and it is basically in brand new condition. So I was like, I can't not take that deal. It's got like there's like
Is
extra
it better
buttons,
than
like
the
paddle
normal
things.
controllers?
Oh, dude, like there's things in the back here. You can attach little paddle things to give this controller 4 extra buttons. You can adjust the speed the triggers go at. You can shake off the thumbsticks. You can swap them out. You can take off the D-pad.
Redbeard, can
Swap
you
out the
please
D-pad.
start a new YouTube channel that's just about finance and budgeting?
I know, right? I want to know where
I just
No,
thought-
yeah, again,
love
like I
to-
said, I generally, this is something I wanted. It was not like I was gonna like, but in like way down the line, I was gonna be like, maybe I'll get one. But this was like, it's over $100 cheaper than to buy it brand. I was like, I have to do that.
So weird. I got to thinking about you the other day. Don't count me weird, but okay. You said
We already do.
thank you. I know what you do for a living. You work on like commercial air duct cleaning and stuff, and that's cool. Everybody's got to do something.
Yeah,
for a
he's
living.
Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Well, I don't know exactly what that's about, but but you said.
Chimney, chim, charuba.
Oh, Savi usted. Okay, I get it. Yes. So, and you said you were out of work because the equipment was freezing. It's not freezing weather. Are you working again? Not that
I'm back to work now for sure. Yeah, it was just my first paycheck had some.
Stuff's
issues
freezing?
getting
What
to
are
me
you,
on
in the
time.
Arctic Circle?
Well,
My boss is working on possibly getting some jobs in the Arctic Circle, which would be a place I don't want to go
Well,
to.
no, you do something. Remember, you were telling us that you take some kind of plane ride or something.
The diamond mine we go to, yeah, that place is.
That's a different place entirely. But so you should be working again, huh?
Oh, I'm very much at work now. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Not that it's any of my damn business, but I was kind of because I guess it was the whole you weren't able to make it to the festival. I know you still wanted to go, and then I know you had some financial difficulties that you just weren't able to. That really rots, I might add. And again, I wish you could have went. Not that it has anything to do with me. I'm just saying.
I appreciate the kind words,
it's
my friend.
Klizak.
You're a good guy. Oh, look at this. Look at the fucking number of people going on here. My goodness.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mr. Chris?
Not much.
You guys guess where this camera's been before?
In your butt?
Not in my butt, but it's been in places. It's an endoscopic camera.
Oh hell yeah! Homemade colonoscopies.
And I'm out of here.
Chad, is that what you do? Is that what you do after you roofie the women?
I used this in some videos, but then I used this to inspect the houses me and Rick went to look at.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Like, what's this cloth smell like?
Yeah, it has a smell to it. It has a smell. Next beer for me is going to be Clifford Porter.
Ashley, what are you drinking over there?
Next beer for me, Life in the Clouds. Is
Oh, that's what I'm drinking right now.
Oh, cheers.
Oh my god, I had one a few days ago.
Cheers.
I must have had a sale at Walmart.
I'm
What
gonna
are
have
you
another
drinking?
beer too.
What am I drinking? Absolutely nothing, because you're having BDU.
How about yourself, drunken one? What do you have?
Oh,
over there?
okay. I right now I am drinking a stout, but I do have a homebrewed IPA, which I might add is very awesome.
Have it next.
It came out to be a 7.35% beer.
Oh,
I'm
look at you go!
Trying to save it for.
Do you guys, everybody watching right now, do you want a sneak peek on what I think is going to be the sample glasses next year?
Let's see
Sneak
that.
peek.
Thanks for
Okay, one second. I gotta turn off the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let's let drunken one finish what he
No,
was saying.
again, I was just talking. It's all good. He showed off his new freaking glassware. No. I'm it's a 7.35%. It took me a while to brew it because you get through that whole dry hop thing, finished up with some Zytos, and I'm carrying it to a little graduation party at a friend of mine's house. Anyway, that's
like you've talked about a few beers that you've made. That is the first beer that you've talked about that you've made that I've been like, oh my god, I really would love to try that.
Yeah, no, it's not really
like,
good.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Good for you.
I'm very happy with it. Next time I won't use that whole hop spider thing. I'll just dump it in there because I think the hop spider slowed down some of the.
Like I said before, man, once I get into home brewing,
it looked like your beer. Your beer looked good. That beer looked like yours too.
Okay, let's see the glassware.
Yeah, let's see the glassware now. Let's go.
This is what I'm thinking of using next year.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, butt plug.
Turn them over.
Wow.
So these are made. These are made by Stony Creek. These are made by Stony Creek Glass. So these are made closer to home than the glass company I use. Brad was ordering these by the 100, so he would order 100 at a time. And when he ordered them by the 100, they were $2 a glass. I'll be ordering them at $1,400, so I should get a better price than $2 a glass.
Yeah, like $1.75 or something like that.
Yeah, and I paid $2 a glass for the glass that we used this year. So if I can get these at $1.75, I'm fucking ecstatic. I think
it's really glassy. Yeah, it's kind of IPA-ish, kind of like this one here. It's kind of IPA-ish, although I'm doing a stab through it. Yeah, kind of IPA-ish. It looks good. I like it.
Yeah, so I'll be calling them. I'll be calling them tomorrow to talk to them about that. And
the stout style of glass and the IPA style of glass are very similar, actually. So.
Now, Chad, the only thing I'll mention is that you're talking about cost of glass and how the cost of everything went up, right? Minimum wage goes up again in January.
Well, and that's why I would be ordering these before January.
Yeah, exactly. You went through that last year where they
and East Coast, because I am just that fucking good, okay? East Coast just asked how I grew a goatee in one day because he saw me yesterday.
I'm going to say he was blind yesterday. That there's no way.
He just swept up some info and glued it on his face.
It's glued.
It's glued. It's glued. You're right. It's glued on.
Yeah.
You caught me. You caught me.
What? Are you like that?
Night, guys.
You're going to bed already? Wow.
Brian,
I got work in the morning.
Work. Good night, Brian. Good night.
Good night.
Cheers. Okay, bud.
Oh, I posted my thing, and I might already have people asking.
Just a ghosty. Yeah, I'm in the chat.
It's weird when you post the thing.
Oh, it happened. My cue has arrived. I'm taking off, everybody.
See you.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
See you later.
You're leaving already, too?
I told you that I had a friend coming over to see
fucking.
They're doing a circle. They're doing a little circle jerk tonight.
I'm going to drink my Clifford Brewing Porter, which is one of the best porters out there.
Peace out.
Tomorrow after work, I might actually review.
Bye, Beard. See ya.
Good night, Redbeard. I might actually review the bourbon barrel aged Clifford Porter tomorrow after I'm done work.
Did they can that, or is that in a bottle?
It's in a bottle, and I have one of the last 7 bottles in the province.
Very nice.
That's a very ugly can. Is that a nice beer inside that can?
Oh, this is one of the best standard porters you're going to find.
Is it? Yeah,
it's probably one of my top. It's probably one of the top 5 standard porters that I've ever had. Yeah, it works.
They didn't spend a lot of money on the can for sure. You know, it looks really mundane. You know,
what's wrong with the can?
I mean, it's not terrible, but
that can's fine.
It's alright. It's alright.
We're not all from Texas and have fancy dancy cans, okay?
They don't make the pull tabs anymore, sir.
The pull tab. Damn.
See, he's the one that has these fancy sample glasses.
Okay. Awesome.
Those are interesting. They're like a mix.
The best part is he was selling these for $2.50 until he looked at his invoice to tell me how much he paid for them. And he goes, "Oh my God, I paid $2 a glass. I'm only making 50 cents a glass."
Oh God.
So he moved them up to $3. He doesn't want to make a lot of money, but he wants to be able to at least replace the ones that get stolen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's terrible. Oh, that's funny.
Don't buy Mila bones for your dogs because they don't last long.
Is that like one of those fake bones?
Yeah, this is one of the antler alternatives, and I wish I had bought an antler instead.
So what is it made out of though? Like
it's like a polymer. It's a digestive polymer.
An edible plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of sounds kind of.
I usually what I like to buy for my dogs, what I like to buy for them that lasts a good long time is the Himalayan chews, and what they are is it's goat milk and boiled until it's hard.
Okay.
And it actually lasts a good long while. It lasts about as long as a Milabone, but it's completely digestible because it's goat's milk, right? It's fine.
Do
Yeah.
y'all have like? Can you get like hooves up there? We have.
Oh yeah, I have hooves. I buy 10 packs of hooves for like $10.
Yeah,
but I don't give it to them often because they smell like fucking shit.
Oh, they do.
It's an outdoor chew and that's it.
No,
give it to them outdoors. Your whole house smells like fucking hoof.
What kind of hoof is that though? Like cow?
It's a beef hoof.
Right. Yeah. You're right. They could be like horse trimmings or whatever. And they're hooves. They're just could be any old thing. Sheep, just whatever.
Hello, what's going on, Ethan? Ethan, why aren't you on here? Brian doesn't drink gluten-free beer, but his girlfriend does.
Beer.
Yeah, Ethan, why aren't you in here? I haven't talked to you in forever. Get the fuck in here. Give me your email or something. Let me send you the invite so you can be in here. I haven't talked to you in forever and a day.
Ethan Flair, baby.
Ethan, you know what? We went to Comic-Con today to get our picture with Ric Flair, but he was gone by the time we got there.
Oh, that's so sad.
Do you want to know how much he was charging for a picture with him?
$40.
$90.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
It would have been like this.
You know who was charging $40 though? Norman Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Ric Flair. He's like Space Mountain. Oldest ride, longest line.
You know what? I even was making jokes. I'm like, I can't even believe he's here. How fucking yellow is he right now? And one of the volunteers is like, he was looking pretty orange today. I go, yeah, that's why he's gone. He's about to die. Like he's days away from death. Like
$90 a photo, man. That he has one hell of a cocaine addiction.
That's insane, man. And how many photos have you with?
I'm pretty sure he's fucking dancing around in the penthouse of the casino right now.
Yeah.
$90 a fucking photo.
Right.
You know who else was there though? Trish Stratus. Tomorrow is Lita. I fucking love Lita. Lita. I did bad things to Lita when I was thoughts of Lita when I was younger.
Okay, that's gross. Trish Stratus is my buddy's cousin.
Trish Stratus's husband makes every guy that is not skinny and built have hope.
$90 a photo. How many photos do you
Maybe
think?
that's why Ron Jeremy was popular.
$90 a photo, and you figure within hours he would do like, I don't know, 200 photos in an hour. Because it's not slow, it's fast. It's like, hey, photo op, next guy, photo op, next guy.
$90 a piece. Let's just say $100 a piece.
It was $150 if you wanted his signature too.
Oh god.
I imagine like his voice would be dead like within like the first hour. With him just going after every photo.
I did a photo. Woo!
Yeah, right. No $90. Woo! Yeah, I can do that for a while.
Yeah, it's not. He puts his arm around the person. And he's like, woo! You want, right? You want the Cadillac?
That's all you hear. That's all you hear when you walk into Comic-Con. All you hear echoes of woo, woo.
I'm a Cadillac riding, champagne drinking, caviar eating motherfucker. Like that's what you want.
Woo!
That was the whitest thing I've ever seen Chad do in my entire life.
Speaking of Ric Flair, I found like this video on YouTube. They literally, you know the Blur song 2?
Yes.
Woohoo! You know that woohoo thing? They replaced that with Ric Flair.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
he had the
probably
best
went something like woo woo.
That's funny.
The 2 grams.
I actually almost went. I was trying to talk Brian into it. I'm like, we're beer guys. We need to go get a picture with Norm Peterson. It's like, I don't know if I want to pay $40. I'm like, you were willing to pay $90 for fucking Ric Flair. You can go pay $40 for fucking Norm Peterson. Let's go get it together. We'll fucking split it with each other. We'll get it on our cell phone. We'll both pay $20 to go, and he wouldn't do it.
Damn. Right?
Fucking, you think Norm Peterson, right? That guy gets a fucking 2-4 of beer for every picture that's taken with him.
I know, right? What, 90 bucks a piece? I'm thinking that's 2 grams of cocaine.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like Ric Flair is a fucking giant.
I just imagine Ric Flair on the Albino Rhino beer review. How ridiculous.
Hold on, I think I can make that happen.
Right? Give me 13 seconds. Watch this.
If I didn't have to go to work tomorrow, I would go and try and get a video with Lita. Oh, Lita. Amy Dumas. I fucking loved her. Now the people that put on the Niagara Comic Con also put on Nightmare in the Falls, which is the horror thing that happens in October. So they have all these people, right? They have Pinhead, they have fucking Jason, they have the original, they have Freddy Krueger, they have all these people. They have Sackhead there, right? They have all these fucking killers there, and then their other guests, like the 9th guest listed as fucking Bruce Pritchard, which is Brother Love from the WWE. Like, why the fuck is Brother Love there? Why is Brother Love there with fucking?
Because he managed The Undertaker. He was the first manager for The Undertaker.
He's fucking Brother Love. He ain't. Yeah, he was the first manager.
No. Oh, okay. So is he the same person as Paul Bearer?
No,
Paul Bearer was the second manager.
Paul Bearer was Percy Pringle.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
Bruce Pritchard was actually one of the main guys in the WWE at the time. He was one of the booking agents and one of the storytellers and all that.
Gotcha.
Also the brother of Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Yeah. Brother Love.
Face red, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you like red face, like he's like.
Oh yeah, extremely red face.
Gotcha.
And when in Impact Wrestling, Jim Cornette fired him.
Now this is the greatest part, right? Like, so I was at the Comic Con with Brian and Tina, and she's like, "Oh my God, Ric Flair's left." She's like, "Brian's so sad now. You know, Ric Flair's dead to him." And I started laughing, and she's like, "What's so funny?" I go, "Ric Flair is really dead to him." She goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "That guy is not making it to next year's Comic Con. Ric Flair is dead to him."
Woo! Woo! Sounds like the beer patrol.
It is amazing.
So Ric Flair is dead to him, and I'm like, yeah, Ric Flair's really dead to him because Ric Flair will not be here next year.
No,
I can guarantee you he will not be here next year. Hi, Boris.
I hear that a lot. Like every time he goes to a convention, he will not be here next year.
No, but he is.
That's like the selling feature. We are not putting anything on his life because
he must be days to months at the most away from death. Like, somebody showed me a picture they took with him while we were there, and he was legitimately orange. Like his liver is done.
I don't know. I mean, he kind of was orange to begin with.
No. This is full on. Like your liver has shut down orange.
Oh.
Well, that's why he canceled last year because he was in the hospital. He was supposed to be here last year for last year's Comic Con, and he had to cancel.
Hello, Beer by the Numbers.
What? Beer by the Numbers is up in here?
What? Beer by the Numbers is here? No, he isn't.
No, I don't.
Oh, he's there. What's going on, Beer by the Numbers?
Hey.
Why don't you join us?
Oh, the color is not doing good on the camera. This is my IPA, boys.
Nice. Let's get going through these comments here. Brian drinks gluten-free beer. We already hit that. Stop yawning. That's contagious.
Anyway, it's much more like. Don't look like that.
It's Fight Night from Brendan. Tim says the Big Show's mom lives 12 miles from him. The Big Show's going to be at the Comic Con tomorrow. The Big Show and Amy Dumas or Lita is going to be at the Comic Con tomorrow. Hi to Beer by the Numbers. Beer by the Numbers should be here with us. Rick.
That's it right there. See there, boys? More like that than what y'all see in the camera. The camera is not doing this one justice.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
Are you sitting on the
That
lemon?
color in
It's
light.
looking like a lava lamp with that phone there.
Yeah, well, right. Well, it looks like in real life. The camera is not doing it justice.
So the big question here is, what's going to happen to these two dogs that think they're the fucking kings of the house when this one gets big?
They will realize that
We're wondering where are you going to live and when those dogs get big.
Well, I've basically guaranteed that I'm going to be single for the next 10 years.
Single and ready to mingle.
Well, the one dog is probably going to panic and beg for its life like Ric Flair, then come out at the end by cheating when the other one gangs up on the
But,
other.
like, the fact of the matter is,
Hey,
her
Ryan
paws
wants a
are...
link from Beer. Beer by the number.
Her paws... Pardon me, sorry?
Beer by the numbers wants a link to the chat.
Yeah, you said if you
Beer by the numbers, how do you want me to get a hold of you? I don't think I have you on Facebook or anything. I have a link ready for you.
Hey, Drunken One, can you check the chat, man, on the side?
I'm sending it through your About page. You know how to do it that way, maybe? That's the only way I know to send the crap. Copy and...
you have an email or something, Beer by the numbers? I can send it to you.
Hey, Ryan, Drunken One's going to send you the link in your About page on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you know how to go through that, I believe. He's a smart guy. He knows how to do this. It's through your YouTube creator studio thinger and comments, whatever.
I posted it on your discussion page. It's already there.
There you go. I think so. Yeah.
There you go. It's there. It's on your discussion page.
He's a smart guy. That one.
And as soon as you join, I'll delete it.
Woo! Woo!
Woo!
So what else do we have to talk about?
Chad, did you get any complaints this year at the beer fest? Was
I had to spend $1,000 in insurance claims. I had 2 insurance claims to pay the deductible on.
What were the insurance claims?
Somebody said their window was smashed, which I don't think happened. And somebody said their fence was broken. Which I think was broken ahead of time, but hey, that's me.
So, I guess, well, not likely they'll be watching, but on the off chance the people that claimed it are watching, you just stole $1,000 from children. I hope you're proud of yourselves.
Right. Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you're thinking there. Right.
That's why you're going to have it. That's why you're going to have it a willing. That way, everything's already busted.
And as Drunken One, the robot, just said, you know what? He deserves the fucking... These kids deserve that money more than you fucking...
Yeah, exactly. Right. Do that. How do you feel now? Good point, Craig. Yeah, how do you feel about yourself now? Well, we're dealing with little AC issues down here, and them some bitches. I thought people who tow your cars are bad. The vultures are bad. No, it's the some bitches down here in Texas that when your AC goes down, they make up numbers as soon as they want.
Oh man, the best part was I knew exactly what happened on my fucking AC. My central air died. And my central air died because the capacitor blew. Now I'm blind, so I can't read the numbers on the capacitor to order one online. The part is like $35. So I call Mr. Furnace, who is the people that put in my air, and I'm like, my capacitor blew. I need it changed. They're like, oh, well, it's going to take us $150 to diagnose it, and then if it's the capacitor, it's going to be this. And then it ended up being that the total price would be like $800. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I already know what it is because I diagnosed it. All you have to do is fucking wait till the compressor clicks on and spin the blades. And if the blades start spinning, it means the one fucking capacitor is dead. Right. So, and it worked that way. So I was like, okay, fuck you guys. We're not dealing with this shit. So I talked to somebody at work.
Hey everybody, how's it going tonight?
Good. How are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Oh, I'm doing very well. Just got home from a couple breweries, and now I'm gonna crack one of my own home brews. So keep this night rolling.
What are you cracking, sir?
I'm cracking a grapefruit pulpin, which is a northern brewer extract kit, I believe, and it's the kind of the grapefruit sculpin clone from Ballast Point.
Okay, and what breweries were you at tonight?
I was at Bauhaus here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ooh, this one is aggressive.
Wow. Nice pour.
You just poured that shit right down the middle.
Yeah, buddy.
It got busy in this one, guys. Oh boy. Yeah, I have all head and about a half-inch of actual body here. So there we go.
Looks like a milkshake.
Well, it actually looks like it's settling pretty quickly. Like we're seeing it move. Really nice.
I love your nitro beer. It's fantastic.
Yeah, my nitro beer. That's right.
It's awesome. Dude.
But it smells good at least, and yeah.
Wait. Do you have help fixing that mess right there?
Oh, I do. This is.
I'm not here today.
It's Brenda. Brenda's in the house. Like, the party is.
You know how sickening that is because I have to clean up all my own messes.
Chad, just do them in the sink for easy cleanup.
Well, actually, I got to a point where the boxer cleans up the mess, so that's okay.
See, that's what I was going to say. Train the dogs.
Yeah.
Exactly. I trained the dog to get me a beer, and he wouldn't do it today because he was playing with the new dog.
Basement says foam by the fumblers. Very nice.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah, well played, sir. Straight down the
Get
middle.
Jamie to join us.
Good times. Good times. He's in the comments. He's in there.
Wasn't Jamie in the Facebook chat I sent the link to, or was he in a different Facebook?
Oh no, he's in there. Don't worry, he's in there. He's being Jamie. I love it.
Yeah, he's being
Jamie's playing hard to get.
Jamie's always playing hard to get.
That's what he does.
It was good to see him on Saturday at the Albino Rhino Beer Festival.
Jamie's.
You know what? The greatest part was everybody was worried that Simon was angry because Simon was at the water table, and I went up to him at one point and I'm like, Simon, do you want to get off this table? Like, are you? Yeah, the punter. I'm like, Simon, do you want off this table? Like, do you want to go do something? He's like, no, man. I have not been able to just sit for like 6 years. I'm happy right now.
Okay.
Like, okay, you keep sitting. I'm going to go do my stuff.
Yeah, I talked to Puncher at the water table. He seemed perfectly happy.
Yeah, he was extremely happy. And he was texting his wife. And she's like, oh, my God, you're just sitting? He's like, yes, I am just sitting. I'm so excited.
Awesome. All right. All is well as long as everybody's happy, yeah?
And again, like we had over 1,200 people through the door, and I only had a so that's a pretty good number. I turfed 6 of them, one of them being Maple Rusky. Maple Rusky got turfed. Maple Rusky's brother came back. His brother came back later on, like 2 hours after
Did you actually kick him out?
Oh yeah, I kicked out. No,
Yeah,
I kicked him out.
well, I told Nikolai.
He was on his way out, wasn't he, already?
You kicked out Maple Rusky? Oh, no.
I kicked out Maple Rusky. But so his brother came back like 2 hours later, and he looked like he turfed himself on a curb. Like he was all cut up and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to you, buddy? Go to wherever your fucking brother is sleeping and go to sleep. But I want to drink more. I'm like, you're not drinking more here. I already kicked you guys out. You're done.
That's fucking.
Yeah, I've been there. I've tripped that curb before. I've been there. It wasn't a fun time.
Then there was the Instagrammer who decided to try and fight me, and that didn't go over well for him.
I just think the funniest part of the whole thing is after last year, the AGCO has a file on me.
Yeah. They actually, again, they said you were doing great. They were excited that you were doing.
I know. I'm a reformed individual. I'm very well behaved now.
That's weird. I didn't even see the AGCO when I was there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen them. They were both wearing Hurley shirts, and one of them was like 55 years old and he was wearing a Hurley shirt, so it was awesome.
So does that mean if I come up next year, I should wear Hurley shirts? That way, people.
Well, they don't come in like the AGCO is OPP officers, right? So they're Ontario Provincial Police. They never come in their uniform because then people know who they are. So what they do is they come in their street clothes. They come up to the gate and they're like, "We're AGCO. Here's our badges. We want to go in and look." So they get a bracelet put on them, so they show up as normal people still, and they just walk around and watch what's happening.
Are you allowed to like Are you allowed to like make them wear like a pig mask or anything?
No, you're not allowed to do anything like that. But so I mean, at one point, Mike's the guy that doesn't like me, and Brian's the one that does, and they were playing good cop, bad cop, and Mike's like, we can cite you for this, we can cite you for that, we can cite you, and Brian's like, why would we cite him for anything? He's the only guy that we come to at their festival, and he runs around and does the things we ask him to do. Like, I confiscated a fucking sleeve of cups, and they were what I reviewed the last 25 beers in. But I confiscated a sleeve of plastic cups from Collective Arts, because Collective Arts was giving 20-ounce fucking plastic cups to the other vendors. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? The HECO is losing their fucking mind that you're giving these out while we're serving in 5-ounce glasses. He's like, oh, I didn't know. I've never done a beer festival before. I'm like, I'm taking these. You can come and get them at the end of the festival, but they're up at the front gate. Like, okay. Like, if anyone comes up and they want something in their vendor, send them up to the front gate. All they have to do is take off their fucking vendor tag, and they can drink all they want. I don't give a shit. But if they're wearing their vendor tag, they can't have a fucking glass of beer in their hand. Like, it's not hard.
But you know, it's funny. They pick on your festival so much. Meanwhile, you go to the Toronto Festival of Beer, and you got fucking frat boys getting completely shit-faced annihilated.
See,
Nobody cares.
Toronto Festival of Beer will change once the what the fuck's that slots that's opening up there as a full casino?
Woodbine.
Once Woodbine's fully open, they will have a full AGCO office there, and they will fucking destroy the TFOB. The reason we get hit so hard, and the reason Ashley gets hit so hard and all that, is we have the Fallsview and the CN, right? So we have 2 casinos here, so we have a full office. So these guys come out, and they do their job. I like both of my AGCO officers. They're fast at everything they do. Like when I applied for my license, they changed all the licensing, and I applied for what they told me to apply for, and they came back with, oh, this is the wrong license. You have to apply for this. Like, do I have time to apply for this? Because they told me like 35 days before the event. They're like, yeah, you have 5 days. You can apply. So I applied that day. I put it in. I got a call back from Chantel, who was my worker at the AGCO. She's like, okay, everything is good. I sent it to Mike. You should probably hear a response from him in 2 or 3 days. I had a response from Mike in 35 minutes. Mike's like, you're good. Like, my officer, the 2 officers I deal with are good guys. They're just sticklers for the rules, but they're good guys.
Yeah,
you kind of want to have people that are sticklers to the rules, so that way, you know.
Well, I think what they're excited about with me is if they point out a problem, they're like, Chad, we have a problem here. I deal with it there. I don't pass it on to somebody else, which Ashley does. Chris, who, not you, Chris, but another Chris who runs another festival in the area,
and not this Ashley.
Yeah, not this Ashley either. It's a woman. Ashley. She has much better boobs than you. They both
good boobs though.
They both pass the buck, right? They pass it on to somebody else. If he tells me something, I go and deal with it myself. Like while he was there, four of the 6 people we turfed, I turfed while he was there. He's like, this guy has to go. Okay, he's gone, right? And there was this one French guy. This French guy was drunk. I don't like turfing people, right? If you're not causing problems, stay. I don't care. Stay, do your thing, whatever. So there was this one French guy, and he's like from Welland, and he's like, this guy has to go. I'm like, okay. I go and I start talking to the guy, and the guy hugs me. He's like, I love you. You put on a great festival. I'm like, you're probably not going to love me anymore. No, it wasn't Enrique. Enrique didn't get turfed. He left on his own. I'm like, you're probably not going to love me anymore, but I have to ask you to leave. You're showing signs of intoxication. I can't have you in the grounds anymore. He's like, can I finish my beer? I'm like, I'd really appreciate if you don't. I can take your beer. I can dump it. I really want to keep my cup. I go, you'll get your cup back. I'll dump it for you. I'll give you a bottle of water. Your friend here says he'll take you home. Okay. We walked out together. I gave him 2 bottles of water. I dumped his glass for him. He left. It was great, right? It was amazing. The cantankerous cook turfed this lady. There was this like 50-year-old woman who was trying to pick up every young guy out there. She had glasses.
Yeah, she was trying to pick up Nick. I know what we were talking about.
Yeah, she was disgusting. But she kept like grinding on cantankerous cook, and he's like, "Do not touch me." And the cantankerous cook is a 360-pound man, right? And she grinds on him again. He's like, "That's it." And he lifted her up. He lifted her up in the air and put her on the other side of the fence and said, "You're done." That's all. It was great.
It does.
Hello, Nick.
Good day, Nicholas.
He's in robot mode.
Oh, that's fine. What else do we have? So I turfed that French guy. I turfed Nikolai, and then there was an Instagrammer.
That's so funny you had to turf Nikolai.
And Hoppy Dad got turfed too. And Hoppy Dad still won't talk to me. He's blocked me on all social media, so that's great.
Welcome.
What the fuck did you do to Nikolai?
Oh, I turfed Nikolai. He got kicked out.
What did he do?
He was drunk.
He got too drunk.
His brother was fucking terrible, and that was before even fucking Ray was fucking hammered.
I didn't hear
they both were very well behaved. They both said, "Okay, Chad, we're very sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just the AGCO is here. I can't have you in the property anymore." Okay, I'm like, take some bottles of water with you. I know you're just down the street. Have a good day. And then his brother came back all cut up like 2 hours later. And I don't know. I think his brother, if any damage was done, maybe the fence was actually broken because his brother was cut up bad. His brother might have went through a fence. It might have happened. I don't know for sure.
You know who would have that on film?
I wish that was on film.
Hey, maybe he broke the window too. Like he tripped over the.
You know who else had a Silversmith's truck had its window smashed. They're like, somebody smashed our window, and I'm looking at their truck afterwards, right? Because I just cleaned the street and all that. I was done all my stuff. And they're like, our window was smashed. I'm looking at their truck, and they had webbing in their fucking windows, and attached to the webbing is fucking tie straps, and I'm like, I don't think anyone smashed your window. I think your truck smashed your window. It's like, what do you mean? I'm like, these straps are fucking metal, man. What do you think happens when they rattle back and forth? I don't know. Like, why the fuck would you attach them to the fucking glass, idiots? Like, I'm gonna drink an experimental beer next. This is
let's do that. Yeah,
So, Chad,
this is from Old Tomorrow. This is from Old Tomorrow. This is one of their Dortmunder lagers, and this is with English ale yeast instead of regular ale yeast.
It was Chad. I wish you good luck with that Old Tomorrow.
Anybody that makes a complaint on on you when you're trying to raise money for a charity is bullshit. You know?
Well, the only person that we had two problems, right? We had two. Of the 6 people we kicked, 2 of them became physical. One of them I didn't have to deal with. The army guys dealt with them, and the other one was a Instagrammer that we've talked about a few times. Yeah, and his yeah, it was all Jamie. So the Instagrammer, right? He was there, and the LCBO goes, that guy's too drunk to be here. The AGCO's like, he has to go. So I go over. I'm like, man, look, I love that you've had a good day. It's time for you to go. He's like, what do you mean? I go, the AGCO's watching you. They say you're too drunk. You can't be here. Nobody's fucking watching me. I go, they're watching you. They tell me that you're too drunk. I have to ask you to go. This is a private function on a private license. I have the ability to tell you have to leave. You have to leave. Fuck you.
Oh, no.
Okay, now I've been extremely nice. Yeah, you were nice. I go, no, I'm still being extremely nice. You're becoming belligerent now. Yeah, I'm becoming belligerent now. No one's listening. No one's watching me. People are breaking. People drop glasses all the time. People aren't almost falling over all the time. Fuck you. If you want to fucking call the police, call the police. And that's when it was done, right? So, again, I was a bouncer for 15 years, right? And I'm standing there. I'm like, okay, you're done. He goes, what the fuck do you mean I'm done? And he's holding his glass in his right hand. So my right hand grabs his glass and rips it out of his hand so that he can't fucking hit me with it. The other hand goes to the back of his neck, and I start moving him forward. And as I'm moving him forward, he spins around with his hand, right? Because he's trying to punch me in the head. And I knew it was coming because, again, years of bouncing. I've been punched in the head enough times. I know what's happening. So he's spinning. I lean back, and he hits his girlfriend in the face.
Sweet! Hell yeah!
She drops her glass all over me, and then she starts screaming that I elbowed her in the face. I'm like, first off, if I elbowed you in the face, you'd be out cold. And second of all, if I elbowed you in the face, the glass you were holding at your waist would not be all over my arm. Like, that's the way it works. I'm sorry. And breweries are like, yeah, you didn't hit her. Her boyfriend hit her. But he was ready to fight, right? He puts up. I would have crushed the guy first off, and second off, there was like 12 of my yellow shirts all around. And then as soon as he saw all the yellow shirts, he's like, okay, I'll leave. Don't touch me. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out. Like,
yeah. Wow, that's messed up.
Well, and army guys had to like get someone else that was being physical?
Yeah, the Army guys toss somebody else. Here's the thing, right? And I tell this to everybody that comes in. Again, I've been a bouncer for a long time. If you have to toss somebody, if you're turfing somebody, do not do it alone, ever. It doesn't matter how tough you are. I've been in enough fights that I know I can handle myself. You know what? I will never turf somebody on my own. And it ended up with the Army guys, it got real physical because one of them went up to turf the guy. He didn't have any backup at all. Shit went sour. And you never turf somebody on your own. First off, you don't know how that guy is going to react. You don't know who his friends are. You don't know if anybody around is going to jump. Like, you don't know that. You need at least 3 guys. You need the one guy that's going to deal with the person, one guy to watch his back, and one guy to watch the crowd. Yeah. At least 3 people at all times, anytime you're turfing somebody in a big group.
Well, that way, so somebody's watching, somebody can say, this is the way it happened. I see in third person, and this
well, that's the thing, right? And none of these people are used to it.
It happen this way.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. Calm down. None of these people are used to this type of stuff, right? Like, they don't do it for a living. I did it for a living for years. Like, I paid my mortgage with my ex-wife by bouncing at first. Like, that's what I did. Like, that's the way it was. So
right. Good job.
I know the job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that
Chad,
third person. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just wondering. So, what's the difference between? Because you told me last year they gave you the option to kick me out, and you didn't. Thank you.
Last year, you were not fully at the point where they said you needed to be kicked out. Last year, they were like, "This guy probably should be kicked out," and I'm like, you know what? He's drinking water right now. He's slowed down. He's not the one driving. His wife is. I think everything is good because we were arguing back and forth about who was right, me or them. And they're like, okay, as long as somebody else is driving him and he's not going to get behind the passenger seat, we can give you the okay. If you don't know for sure who's driving, that's where things become bad, right? Like you need to have them out. I'm like, Agnes is driving him. He's perfectly fine. We're giving him water right now because remember when we came up and handed you a bottle of water last year?
No, I don't remember much from that.
Okay, well, we handed you a bottle of water and you were sitting on a bench. That's when they were talking about you, and I'm like, he has a bottle of water. We handed it to him. He's being slowed down. He's good. He's a buddy of mine. His wife is driving him. They're staying in a hotel close by. Everything is good.
And then we went to Swiss Chalet.
See, I live down here in Texas, but I've heard this story already. They were watching you already this year, and it's, no, he looks all right. He's not near as trapped.
Apparently they had a file on me, and they're looking for me.
I've never been there, but I've already heard about this.
Well, this year Chad banned me from double fisting, so I had to behave myself.
Yeah, there's no double fisting for Greg. No double fisting for Greg.
This year, actually, my wife was like the thing is, last year, part of the reason I was double fisting is my wife wasn't really drinking at all. This year, she actually drank quite a bit, although she was drinking all 4% beers and stuff. But she probably had about 6 or 7 beers over the course of the fest, which for her is a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the second glass to double fist with.
So how'd that 11% beer turn out? What was one of the?
Oh, motherfucker! I yelled at him yesterday about that. So we go to fucking Fast and Furious happening outside of Greg's house.
The racing, yeah.
Yeah, we have two guys from the U.S. and there's no Fast and Furious happening there. We have one guy from Toronto and boom, Fast and Furious.
Hey,
what are you fucking bitching about? Fuck off, dog.
Listen, I wish Nick was here. I wish Nick was here because Nick was in my place for after the beer fest for one night, and he'll probably tell you that considering where I live, you'd probably be surprised that I don't have more noise around.
Greg, what are you talking about? Are you that drunk?
I'm gonna take the dogs out to pee, and while I'm gone, because he's new, Ryan, you're in charge while the dogs.
Yo,
Nick, where the fuck did you sneak in there, you son of a bitch?
So this is why I only go to beer festivals in the winter, because then you're not quite as drunk as you are in the summer, and you get to really cool off between beverages.
And you're drinking survival.
Yeah, and we go to this outdoor beer festival in February. This year I think we had 6 inches of snow. The year before it was like Oh,
Let's go pee-pee,
well,
guys.
it was negative degrees Fahrenheit, so we were way below 0 Celsius.
Oh
for
shit!
y'all
I
in
gotta walk the
Canada.
dog too. I'll be back.
But yeah, that's why I go to beer fests in the snow. You can drink a lot more.
So how is your homebrew there, Mr. Ryan?
This
how's
is
that
pretty
go?
good. It's a little bit of an older batch, but it's still holding up well. Very happy. Very bitter. A lot of grapefruit flavor, but balanced out pretty well. Yeah.
Looks
I
like
like
it's holding a nice head on it, little lacing on the glass. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So does Sculpin
Good
get all
girl! Good pee-pee! Yes!
Wow. That is maybe the weirdest things that you might hear on a fucking hangout.
I know, right?
Good boy! Go pee.
Sorry, I have a dog I'm house training.
You have to be overly
Yeah,
enthusiastic.
I'm house training. Positive reinforcement.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I need to go potty. Shit.
I was gonna say with with that Sculpin, is it like grapefruit added to it, or does all of the grapefruit come from the hops?
So I got it as part of a Northern Brewer kit, and what they provided was like a bunch of dried grapefruit peel.
Okay.
And what they had the kit instruction was to kind of rehydrate the dried grapefruit peel in a bunch of vodka in the secondary, which I did, and then I took 2 other grapefruits we bought at the store, peeled and juiced those, and threw those in the secondary too to just really hit home with that grapefruit flavor. But I put all of that in with the vodka to kind of make a tincture. But that thing, once I got the dried vodka in there as well as my grapefruit peel, it absorbed all the vodka. So I ended up like having to shove a bunch of grapefruit chunks into the secondary without any liquid to help me out. And it was just a huge mess in the fermentation closet where I kept the carboy. But it ended up okay, so we're good.
Welcome to home.
I did that with some chocolate one time. I was doing a stout, and one thing said that we got like chocolate pieces or whatever, and so I ground them up, and I did that tincture thing like you're talking about, and it just turned into at first it was liquid, and then it just turned into a paste. And so here I am, like spooning that crap off into the carboy because it's got a very narrow mouth on it, you know.
Yep, that's right.
Get that crap in there, you know. It turned out pretty good, I'll add, but don't grind it up next time. Just leave them as beans, I think, is the way to do that one. But it's a pain doing it in a carboy as opposed to like a bucket, you know.
Yep, learned my lesson real quick that shoveling shit into a carboy is just not a fun time.
Gotta get that shit back out.
Yeah.
Good time. I love homebrew. Homebrew is awesome.
Speaking of like homebrewing, Drunken One, did you end up getting the dandelions in time, or did you just like not bother?
No, the dandelions came and went, and I didn't have time to jack with them. I did do that wheat one, that 11 point was. I got that one, and it's in the eggs, and I need to move it to bottles because wow, that stuff is really, really. And my newest one is an IPA. I had enough time to do an IPA, and it's like a 7.35 or whatever. And it turned out nice, got a good color. It's not quite carbonated. It looks flat right there at this point, but it's all right. It's all right. It's got a great flavor. It just needs more bubbles so far.
Boris, sit.
Chad.
Boris, sit.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Good dog.
Okay.
Here's a
What are they on?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have a full fucking deck tonight, buddy.
That's because we double Chad right now.
Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
We're double on Chad, but we got everybody else. Look, all the BrewTube heroes right here, buddy. Cheers to the beer.
Hey,
cheers.
Hey, Chad. Chad.
1 second, I'm trying to coax a dog in the house.
Oh, wait, hold on.
If you can stop doing double hangout, Geek can come in.
Well, as soon as I get out, you can come in. I'll be off as soon as I get this dog in the house.
That sounds wrong.
I'm working the peanut butter. Damn it, leave me alone.
I'm gonna get off as soon as I get my dog in the house. Woo! Woo, baby.
Where's that banana anyway?
Next to the peanut butter.
Right?
Peanut butter.
Elvis type stuff right there, buddy.
Come on, let's go, everybody.
That still tastes bad.
Who wants a puppy? Anyone want a puppy?
No.
I don't really need another puppy.
There's a German Shepherd English Mastiff boxer puppy up for grabs. A bunch of them. At least 5 of them.
You're about to have a whole house full of them. Didn't you say you were about to have puppies?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, what the hell are you going to do with them too? I Chihuahua. No, I mean, big dogs. Jamie, what do you think?
Ryan, I want a puppy.
Right, yeah. Brenda says she wants a puppy. Send them all to Ryan's house.
See, I turned my mic on for one moment.
Oh, Bob.
Hey, I might add, your mic sounds really good. You're not overbearing, but you're loud enough. You sound good.
Oh well, thank you. I
Chad, you're muted.
Your audio sounds great. And yeah, we'll send all the extra puppies to Ryan's house.
I have some good puppies coming. Not this one.
Hey, Chad, what is it again? It's a boxer mastiff and what?
Boxer Mastiff, Boxer English Mastiff German Shepherd is the puppies.
What do you got in your hand right now? What's that?
This is a Great Pyrenees.
That's a great big fur ball. Look at her.
Why do you have a third dog?
Let's just say my cousin who works at the casino with us is an idiot and didn't check if his daughter was allergic to dogs first, or he told me he was going to give this dog to a shelter.
Brenda, look at that paw on his shoulder. Look at that paw on his shoulder, Brenda.
It's an albino dog for an albino.
How old's that puppy?
9 weeks.
Your cousin works at the convenience
Wait, that
store?
dog's 9 weeks?
This dog is 9 weeks and she's 32 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
Ryan says, send me 2 of them.
She's a good girl. She's had 2 mistakes in the house in the 3 days I've had her since my cousin realized his daughter was
That's not bad at all.
No, his daughter's deathly allergic, like her throat started closing.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, I'm just gonna give her to the Humane Society. I'm like, give her to me. Okay, I grew up with like my grandfather had fucking Great Pyrenees all over the place to protect his fucking flocks. Like, give her to me, I'll take her. You're a good girl.
What's worse than remembering?
The problem is that I have a pregnant English Mastiff German Shepherd, and she's bitchy because she's pregnant. So she doesn't like the fact that there's a puppy in the house. She's 4 weeks away from delivering. She has at least 5 in her because I felt 5. I'm hoping that she knows what to do when they come out, because I'll most likely be at work when they come out, because they have to be cut out of their sack within 3 minutes or they're dead. Well, they only have 3 minutes of air, right? So
I understand. Why would you
smart? They'll figure it out.
Intervene on that? Why would you have to intervene on that?
Some dogs don't know. Some dogs don't know to do it.
Well, she might not know because she's super young, so that's why.
I've never heard of anything of the sort. I mean, generally they just kind of do that naturally.
It's just like if they don't cut the umbilical cord, it's up to you too. Like the dogs normally do, but sometimes they don't.
Okay. Yeah. Paint me stupid on that.
Welcome to the Albino Rhino puppy mill.
Yeah, right.
The difference is, Chris, I actually take care of my dogs. Most puppy mills don't.
I know. Well,
what was the name of that puppy mill on Peanuts or something? You should rename your house that. Daisy Hill.
Daisy Hill. Okay.
Daisy Hill.
Boris, come. Boris, come here.
I've never had to intervene. They just kind of do that.
Well,
yeah.
and the problem is, I never was intending to have puppies. What happened was this stupid thing here. Oh, come here, you big fat lug. This stupid thing here went into heat 2 days before she was scheduled to go get fixed. And I protected her for 14 of her 16 days, and then Boris fucking got her. She ripped off her shorts, and he got her before I was able to put them back on.
Why does Boris still have his nuts?
Because my dad wants to breed Boris. So and Boris is from my dad. I can't really say no.
Ripped off her shorts. Fuck. That's funny.
Greatest ideas ever.
Now the best part is she is much stronger than Boris, and boxers are stuck for at least half an hour, where most dogs are 15 minutes. Boris had the look of fear in his eyes as she was pulling him around the house by his dick. It was the greatest look ever. He's like, oh my god, what did I do? What did I do?
That is pretty funny, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, bitch. Yeah, why can't we be the same way, right?
Oh, yeah, why can't we be the same way, eh?
Why can't we be the same way?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
I would not want to.
My dick. Why can't we?
I do not want to be stuck to my ex-wife for 30 minutes. That's something I would not want to have done.
Shit, that's funny. I chew.
Konnichiwa, what? So what else should we? I have some Ontario beer news opened up. Well, some Canadian beer news opened up. Not much, but some.
Yo, I'm game.
Let's do that.
Basically, I didn't open up news as much as new breweries opening up. I opened up that stuff because I want to keep the news for when we get to the actual BDU, and we will get to these comments that are out there after the beer news. I see Nick is talking to Brendan and stuff over there. So let's get to beer news. What do we have opened up here? There's a bunch of new breweries opening up. First in Newfoundland. Scud Runner is opening up in Newfoundland. So Scud Runner is in Gander, Newfoundland. The first craft brewery in Gander, Newfoundland has announced that it is now open. And that's all the information they give you. They don't tell you their hours. They don't tell you what beers they're selling. All they tell you is that, and they're located at 131 Rowe Avenue in Gander, Newfoundland.
Oh, Gun Runner?
They're not telling you because they're all adjunct loggers.
Scud Runner?
Scud Runner.
When you're in Newfoundland, that's all you need to know.
Devil May Care is opening soon in Winnipeg via a partnership with Stone Angel Brewing. Now, Stone Angel Brewing is another brewery in Winnipeg. They will be contract brewing out of the Stone Angel facility. And all the information about them is apparently on the Stone Angel website, because why pay the $20 to open up your own website? Yeah.
I just found Scud Runner's website. Guess what?
Is it good? What?
Yeah, they make an ale. They make a lager.
Just a regular ale and a regular lager?
It just says ale.
They're getting. That's awesome.
It literally just says ale. And they make a lager, and they make a kolsch, and they make a bitter.
Hey, Nick, you have a new brewery near you. Dieppe, New Brunswick has opened up a new brewery. Oak Creek Brewing. Oak Creek Brewing launches in Dieppe, New Brunswick. So what do we have here? They're founded by Patrice Daigle, who is brewing on a one-barrel system. I wonder if Patrice Daigle is related to Rod Daigle, who opened up.
Oh yeah, Propeller, right?
No, well, he was at Propeller, but he opened up Brimstone.
Where did he go?
Brimstone's
I remember him at Brimstone.
And then he went to Propeller, and then he
went somewhere else first. They went under, I think, and then he went to Propeller.
Yeah, he went to a place east west or something, east north.
Down east?
I don't know.
Down east or something.
I don't know. It was somewhere in Dartmouth.
I forget what it was. Yeah, it was in Dartmouth, and it folded not like after he got there or something. But he
then he went to Propeller, and then he came back to Ontario, and he opened up a business to open up breweries.
Huh. When did he do that? Because I remember looking him up recently.
He was here for about 4 months now.
Oh, okay. So it's recent.
Yeah. Canvas Brewing is opening up in Huntsville, Ontario, which is near where I'm originally from. So do we have more information about this one? Let's see. Huntsville Forester and Huntsville Reporter have both reported that a new brewery is planning to open in Huntsville, Ontario. Canvas Brewery has been founded by Jeffrey Woodworth and Steve Konkak at 12 John Street. Plans for the brewery include an 80-seat tap room with 20 tap lines. Holy fuck, that's a lot of tap lines. Pouring a wide range of brands that will include barrel-aged beers, porters, stouts, barley wines, IPAs, Belgian beers, saisons, lagers, and blonde ales. The facility will also feature 2 patios, 1 street level and 1 rooftop, and a 3,200 square foot event. Holy fuck, these guys have money.
Ah, indeed.
Who do they think they are? Bench Brewing?
I'm reading. There's nothing here. All they're talking about for beers is the Canvas Kolsch, which is a 4.5% alcohol Kolsch. He described that Woodward describes as easy drinking, well balanced beer that anyone can really enjoy.
Well, I mean, 20 beers. There's got to be something you're gonna enjoy.
These guys have money, obviously. If they're opening up fucking a place with 20 fucking beers and 2 patios, one on street level and one on the roof.
Yeah, 2
20 taps and 2 patios.
Hey, Ryan, did you hear Collective Arts is opening up in North Bay?
No, I didn't.
Oh, really?
Stop fucking with
Oh, really?
Karen. But if you've been to Collective Arts
recently, so great.
if you visited Collective Arts
recently, we could open up another branch up there. But
the
craziest thing for them.
Night, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
So, guys, I'm going. I gotta go to bed.
Bye, Chris. The craziest thing with Collective Arts is they've been growing and growing and growing, and now that Nickelbrook is leaving them and opening up their own multi-million-dollar property in Niagara-on-the-Lake, they're still growing. Like when I went to drop off my money to them after the festival, they have 3 buildings being built right now. And I mean, when they opened up Collective Arts, it was a $10 million project, and $8 million came from Nickelbrook. And now Nickelbrook's leaving, and they're still expanding. So it's disgusting how big they're growing.
Well, they're doing something right. So
Man, you make a quality product.
Yeah, hopefully they'll have a Collective Arts USA. Let's screw it up by watering it down.
Hard Knocks Brewing is opening this week in Black Diamond, Alberta. So Hard Knocks has been one of those breweries that keeps getting turned down and having problems happening that keep them from opening. They are opening this weekend with a Gruntwork Vienna Ale at 5.2, Hard Knocks Light Blonde at 4.8, and Dusty Trail IPA at 6.2. So opening with what you'd expect a brewery to open with, a light, whatever. What is this? Kilter Brewing, which was supposed to open this month in Winnipeg, lost their location. So there's another brewery in Winnipeg that will not open. They lost their location. They were looking at their problems were they didn't have high enough ceilings, and they did not have big enough floor plan for what they wanted to open. Why you'd buy a building that didn't have high enough ceilings or whatever.
Right, don't you figure this shit out?
This is what you learn, Ashley, as you work in the industry. A lot of people don't think about this shit until it's too late. Upper Thames in Woodstock, Ontario is opening a second location in Woodstock, Ontario, because Woodstock needs 2 locations. I mean, they have a population of 10,000 people. They need a second brewery for the same brewery.
100%.
What do we have here? They are opening up a bistro at the Salty Creek Golf Club at 190 Fairway Road.
So
they'll have 24 taps, 12 pouring Upper Thames, and 12 guest taps.
Wait, does Upper Thames even have 12 beers?
No, they do not. They have 6 beers currently. They have 6 beers.
Right?
With their 17-barrel brew house, they have 6 beers. So I don't know what the fuck they are doing, but apparently they're going to be pouring 24 beers.
So I was talking to my boss today, and he said a new brewery opened up here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. And his wife was talking to the head brewer there.